Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Mili reaction. It is finally time to get to Sustain. Finally it wins out in the comments. We had a comment this time with like 30 plus votes on it, and it's always gotten quite a few votes, just never enough to pull ahead of the pack. So now we're here. For full disclosure, I have seen Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex 2045. That's okay because I never watch the openings or endings. Go ahead and yell at me, but I am a filthy intro-outro skipper most of the time. Very rarely do I actually watch through them, and this time was one of the times I didn't. So I didn't even know that Mili did a song for this, and I didn't know that Sustain was part of that. So I guess now I'm gonna have to figure out what the song's all about. People told me to watch the video with it, so I'm gonna be doing that, and I guess without further ado, let's go! Okay, so we're going full in writing code for the lyrics, I assume. Yep. Oh, I see what they're doing. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. I see why people wanted me to listen to the video version. NAND reference. Sorry, I'm like reading the code as it goes by. Catch too much of a pussy, exception E. Oh no. This is so interesting. I'm not as talkative as usual, I think. Mostly because I'm reading the code. Mute me tag. World mute you tags. Top 1%. Oh, this is so clever. Was that good boy in Leet speak? Else if parents no. Remove family. Oh, come on. Get dream parents equals parents set parents throw a tantrum. Oh, the code is fantastic. The call for you, like. I feel like I'm missing stuff because I'm reading so much of the code. giving it arguments, an argument string for how to reply. Oh, that's so good. Get ongoing fights. Score. Okay. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh, wait a minute. I command you be quiet. Wait, that says be quiet. Wait a minute. That's a typo. That code won't work. Be quiet. Netflix and chill. Other driving dudes. Ooh. Oh, it's trying. It's piecing it together. That's so cool. Hey, they ended the string properly. Hey, they closed out the string. Neat. I mean, like, aside from a few picky things, and I think that was C++. That would not be surprising, especially if the song is sustain ++. But either way, relatively well done for code. I only know Python and only a little bit of it. I'm still in training for that, but at the same time, very interesting to see it like physically laid out. Okay, so like I was saying, I wasn't focusing as hard on the lyrics because I was reading so much of like the code stuff and like checking things in there, but I did catch some of the lyrics, and most of it was kind of related to the references to nerd shit in there, like NAND. Love that. NAND is a boolean in code, which basically means it's a not and operator, and therefore if thing isn't true, not and does not apply to it. So it's basically like, if this isn't true, fuck off, and it doesn't apply it. So that's kind of a neat thing to have in here just as one of the references. I'm not sure if the good boy thing was meant to be leet speak. Maybe that's a reference to something else, but it was kind of funny how it was typed out. So I assume it's a reference of some sort because it was the only time that ever happened. And also the mention of turning the screen to 0000FF, which is basically just blue screen. That's funny. I like these like little things that they're throwing in here, just, you know, to make the whole song kind of fit better with the theme. And it's both humor and also adds to the story. It makes you think about it a little bit, and if you don't know these references, they'd be lost on you. So it's like they're making this song for the nerds of the world, and of course for Ghost in the Shell, that is perfectly fitting. You know, like, people who are into Ghost in the Shell are probably a bunch of computer science dorks anyway, like myself, or they just really like the sci-fi aspect of the world and the universe that's in, so it all plays into the same kind of pool. We're all dorks, we're all nerds, that's perfectly chill, and that's why this song was written this way, I think. It's just leaning into that a little bit, kind of giving a bone to the people who are very into that sort of thing, but don't otherwise get the chance to experience that in that way. It's a nerd reference inside a very popular piece of media, and that's just fun to have. It's like a little club of people who understand it. It's kind of like watching Serial Experiments Lane in that way, where like the people who are into the cyberspace world, especially at the turn of the analog to digital conversion era and just all that being found out, it's very real in a way. Like, we get it to a degree that other people don't. The normies don't understand. And while I hate using that term, that's kind of what this song is. It's giving you those little bits of information and fun, basically. It's like DEF CON for audio, for a song. It's like, it's made for nerds. It's made for all these people who enjoy this as a hobby or as a job and would get these references. So I love that about this song. Just that alone is really fun. The song itself is the usual Mili fare that we all know and love. I wouldn't necessarily say this one stands out in any particular way. It's kind of going through the similar, like, abusive relationship motif, like, lyrically, that Mili always does, so I don't think there's really anything to lean into and dissect there that I haven't said before, but I see why people wanted me to get to this version with the video so I could see all of that. And I have listened to World Execute Me, and that's a very similar video, but I also listened to that one and watched it well before I was getting into things like actual coding and understood that world in the same way. So like, while I had a very vague idea of it, I don't believe I ever commented so much on the code stuff because I've gotten into it since then and I understand a little bit more of it now. By no means am I correct in 100% of this shit. I'm not that good by any means, and like I said, I only know the one language somewhat. I dabbled in Java a little bit, and I've basically looked at C+ and gone, ugh. So like, I don't want to touch it, and I don't think I'm going to, and I also don't know if this is an actual language. It's formatted pretty correctly from all the stuff I've learned, but at the same time, it might be like missing some general context or construction that would make it otherwise completely null. It's hard to tell because I don't know what language it's in or if the language it's written in is even real. It just looks familiar. It looks like C+ or C++, so it could be either one of those, even though those are very similar for obvious reasons. I'm not going to get into all that stuff because I'm only one nerd, and I'm a very entry-level nerd on top of it. So, great song. It had all the usual Mili stuff, like I said. It was a really fun track, but most of the value here is just in the presentation for me. I think that was a good time. Again, just like World Execute Me, very similar in the color scheme and the approach and just generally what they were doing for the vibes. But this one hits me harder purely because I am smarter than I was in 2024 when I got to the last one. So it's just nice to see that, and also nice to have that moment to reflect on how far I've grown in that time, even if that was entirely by coincidence that it took me this long to get to this one. So this is pretty neat. I like it. I'm now gonna have to listen to it a few more times to like really get the lyrics and like let them sink in a little bit more, I think. But I like it. Very clever, very creative, the usual fare from Mili otherwise. Their stuff is always so creative. Like, they do this shit all the time. They have these nerdy little in-jokes in basically everything they write, and that's what makes them so fun. It's like, you get to feel more of part of the community when that happens, when a band has like in-jokes and things to figure out. Kind of like when Maidon was doing a bunch of stuff in the early 2010s where he would put a bunch of like a code break stuff in there. Like, you'd have to figure out what the code was to be able to unlock things about the next release, and it was basically an ARG sort of thing that he was doing, and it was really fun, you know? Like, have fun with your work. You're an artist. Like, do that. Have a good time with it. Do whatever you want with it. This is just a great example of how to make that work, and Mili is a great example of how to make that community feel welcome, you know, every single time. They keep to their usual fare, but every single time there's something else to figure out and something else to decipher, and that's what makes it fun to keep coming back. But I've been yapping for a while, so I will stop here. Thank you all so very much for watching. I know this was a long time coming, and I'm glad we finally got to it, and if you have something else from Mili you want me to get to, or something from the Project Moon games that I haven't gotten to yet, by all means leave it down in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. And otherwise, if you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!